Welcome to the show. I'm Janae Coakley. A brand new season, but the same old problem for the Yanks. The pitching was there, but the bats were not.
And I'm Chris Williamson. For the Mets, Janae, it was the exact opposite story. The bats lit up the scene versus the Nats, while Noah Syndergaard's pitching left a lot to be desired. That, my friends, is where we begin. Second of three between the Mets and Nats. Mets have not started 2-0 in back-to-back seasons since 2012 and 2013, but they look poised in that drought early on. Top one, Wilson Ramos takes the Steven Strasburg pitch the other way. A two-run double to put his former club in a hole. Mets with a quick 2-0 lead. Next batter, Jeff McNeil. Drive it high and deep to right center field. Victor Robles in pursuit, but he comes up empty as it's off the wall. Ramos scores easily as McNeil has an RBI triple to cap a 3-run opening frame for the Mets as they give Noah Syndergaard a 3-0 lead. Nationals got one back in the half of the first, but in the second, a moment to remember for Pete Alonso. A double to deep center for his first big lead RBI to bring in Syndergaard, who drew a walk. Mets back up by 3 at 4-1. But Syndergaard was inconsistent on Saturday. Could not hold on to the lead. Juan Soto's RBI single in the third draws the Nats within one. Noah gave up 4 runs through 6 innings, striking out 7 with no walks, but would settle for a no decision. Game now tied at 4 as we move to the 8th. Bases loaded for J.D. Davis making his Mets debut, and it was one he would not forget. He saws off a tie-breaking 2-run single to right, sparking a 4-run inning for the Mets as it would take an 8-4 lead. But in the home half of the 8th, Seth Lugo is summoned to face pinch hitter Matt Adams, who represents the tying run, as this one carries and carries and carries before settling into the glove of Michael Conforto, and everybody can breathe. A 4-hit day for Jeff McNeil as the Mets earn an 11-8 win. Mickey Callaway had nothing but praise for his lineup.
Our offense was fantastic today. They did a great job of grinding out every at-bat, making it tough on them, and it ended up we needed those last 2 innings worth of runs.
I made a plan going into today. I looked back on my notes and executed my plan. I stayed within myself and stayed under control, which was the main focus today.
Anything you care to share about that plan?
Nope.
I mean, our lineup's so deep, 1 through 9. So, it felt awesome on the bench, and, guys are getting into it, and, hopefully, just keep it going.
I feel like I got better as the game went on. Yeah, I went from going from the wind up to the stretch because the mound was a little firm. So I feel like I couldn't stay consistent with my release point based on my footing. Going through the windup, so I just axed that and went straight to the stretch, and it worked.
Jeff McNeil's career versus the Nats presented by Hospital for Special Surgeries. Not too shabby. If only he could play against them all the time. In 10 games, he's batted .405, drove in 5 runs, and scored 7 times. Hope he will continue this strong performance versus other squads.
The Yankees looking to build on their season opener win. James Paxton on the mound in pinstripes for the first time, but unfortunately, for the left-hander, a problem from a season ago reared its ugly head. Let's get you to the highlights. Orioles at Yankees, and there is the man of the hour making his debut in the Bronx. Top of the first, 1 out. Paxton strikes out Dwight Smith swinging. Next batter, he gets Trey Mancini looking at the fastball. Paxton with a 1-2-3 inning to start his Yankees career. Not too shabby there. Bottom of the first, 1 out. Miguel Andujar up with the bases loaded. He grounds back to Nate Carnes. He goes home for the out. Jesus Sucre gets the out at first. Yankees can't do damage. Bottom of the fourth, still scoreless, 2 on. DJ LeMahieu hits up the middle. Gleyber Torres comes home to score. His first hit as a Yankee, make it 1-0. Top of the fifth, same score. Paxton strikes out Joey Rickard swinging. Next batter, he gets Rio Ruiz looking at the curve. Then he strikes out Drew Jackson with the high heat. Paxton keeping the O's off the board through 5. Top of the sixth, 2 on, now tied at 1. Paxton with the pitch. Gary Sanchez's throw to second is wide. Richie Martin scores to give the O's the lead. Yankees had 3 errors on the day. Paxton went 5 2/3 with 4 hits, 1 earned run, and 5 strikeouts. Jump to the bottom of the 9th now. Yankees down 5-1. Troy Tulowitzki with that deep fly to right. Say goodbye because this one's gone. It's his first homer as a Yankee, also his first long ball since July of 2017. Later in the inning, 2 on, 2 out. Luke Voigt lifts it to shallow right center. It drops between 3 Orioles. A run scores. Yankees now down 5-3. Next batter, Andujar in another big situation. Wright strikes him out swinging to end the inning. Yankees lose 5-3. Here's our Sweeney Murdy with more.
It was a long-awaited debut for James Paxton. He was acquired over 4 months ago, before Thanksgiving even, and now it was time after a pretty spectacular spring. Paxton ended up showing some of the dominance that wowed Aaron Boone and others in Florida, but it wasn't enough to keep from getting the L on Saturday.
I thought he was strong. I thought he was efficient. I thought his command overall was good. I thought he did kind of all the things he wanted to do. A couple hits that kind of roll in there that inning to set up their inning to go take the lead on them. But I thought overall, I thought he was really good.
I felt it going out there the first inning. I was pretty excited, nervous, all that stuff. But I felt good about it. I just let it energize me, and felt like I handled it pretty well.
From the first inning to the ninth, the Yankees wasted chances. Missing that big first inning hit would haunt them all afternoon.
Man, you know, Carnes is coming back after missing a season, and those three guys really made him work and to load him up. But to his credit, he made a pitch and made a play. After that, we gave ourselves some chances, but again, just couldn't get the big one to crawl back in.
Pax threw a hell of a game. He went out there and dominated, and we just weren't able to come up in the big situation and get him those runs that he needed. We got that one for him, but against any major league team, one isn't enough.
Not going to lie, this was a bad loss against an Orioles team that will struggle again this year. Just 1 or 2 hits could have made a big difference in this ballgame. But if the Yankees' starting rotation was your biggest concern, just getting a glimpse of James Paxton on Saturday should make you feel just a little bit better despite the final score. At Yankee Stadium, I'm Sweeney Murdy, SNY.
All right, thanks, Sweeney. Just getting started here on Geico Sports Night. The Amazons got plenty of juice from their batters on Saturday, but who was the most impressive? Our analysts are here, and they'll break it all down. Plus, UConn's glad they're back in the Elite Eight, but these Huskies are determined to make their 12th straight Final Four. Louisville stands in their way Sunday, so how can UConn take down the #1 seed? The answer coming in just a bit. And it's only one game, yet the Yanks need to clean up their act after their performance versus Baltimore. How important is it for them to beat subpar teams? We'll debate next when Geico Sports Night returns.
Geico Sports Night is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
No, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico could help you save on homeowners insurance.
Nice tip. I'll give you $2 for the chair.
2? That's a Victorian antique.
All right. How much for the recliner, then?
Wait. How did that get out here? That is definitely not for sale.
Is this a yard sale?
If it's in the yard, then it's for sale.
Here we go.
Geico. It's easy to switch and save on homeowners and renters insurance.
We switched.
I switched to Chevy.
I switched to Chevy.
We switched to Chevy.
I switched from a Ram to a Chevy.
See why people are switching to Chevy.
We love our Chevy. Why do we switch? Just look at it.
Switch into a new Chevy today. Current qualified competitive lessees can lease this Equinox for around $179 a month. Or current competitive owners get 21% below MSRP when you purchase and finance with GM Financial.
Get saving on appliances at PC Richard & Son. Let our experts help you find the right appliances that are perfect for you and your budget. All the quality brands you love at the guaranteed lowest prices. And when you want it, need it, just gotta have it, we'll get it there the next day. It's time for new appliances. Find yours at PC Richard & Son, the official appliance, electronics, and mattress retailer of the New York Mets.
Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer with over 600,000 tires in stock. So we sell Toyo tires at prices that can't be beat. We guarantee it. Plus, when you buy your new set of Toyo tires at Town Fair, we always give you the most free services. For the guaranteed lowest price on Toyo tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Is it true Cricket has iPhone XR?
With the amazing liquid retina display.
Is it true that you wear a wig?
Could a wig do this?
I'm
I'm Captain Obvious, and Hotels.com rewards me basically everywhere. So why am I playing the pug bongos at this destination wedding? Because Hotels.com lets me do me. Where are my dogs at? Oh, here they are. Hotels.com. You do you and get rewarded.
The storylines that have the New York sports culture buzzing through the lens of social media reaction. The Threat, presented by Citi. Weekdays at 5, only on SNY.
Two in scoring position for Wilson Ramos. Going back goes Eaton. It's over his head and off the wall. He slides in safely with a two-run double. 3-1 to Alonso, and he drives one to center field. Robles chasing back. It's going to beat him and go over his head. And Pete Alonso, his first big league RBI, is a thing of beauty. And Davis lines one into right center, a base hit, and the Mets go back in front.
This is the most fun I've ever had playing baseball. So, I mean, this is fantastic. I mean, this is really, I feel blessed, and I'm living the dream right now. And I mean, I'm just having a blast out there. It's really fun. Just threw some good pitches, threw some not so good pitches. So, it's an encouraging outing. Definitely can build off of it, and I look forward to my next outing.
Time now to talk some Mets baseball with Anthony McCarron. The Mets offense, Anthony, unlike last year, had 11 runs in this game against the Nats. What impressed you the most about this offense?
Well, I mean, I love Peter Alonso and the raw power that you see there. I mean, one of the doubles he hit was tracked at 114 miles per hour or thereabouts, which is one of the hardest hit balls by a Met in the StatCast era, which is pretty amazing stuff. This guy, I mean, he continues to be an incredible influence on this lineup, I think. I know it's only been 2 games so far, but I think we're really seeing something where this guy can have an incredible impact with the right-handed bat. Jeff McNeil, you know, a lot of the narrative about him has been, you know, can he repeat what he did last year? It was only a little bit last year. You know, what do the Mets really have there? I think they've got a guy who's going to roll up a lot of hits here, and we saw both of those guys on display on Saturday. And, you know, them getting it done without home runs and that sort of thing, they really put together some good at-bats.
And so Jeff McNeil for Saturday, he kind of overshadowed Alonso a little bit. Alonso goes 3 for 4. But why do you think he's been able to be so effective in his first 2 games? Because it doesn't look like a rookie out there.
No, definitely not. McNeil, you know, he's building off of what he did last year, and I think he made a real leap forward. I talked to scouts about him and what he did in the minors last year. He finally showed some power. You know, it sort of developed a little bit late for him, and his hit tool has really just exacerbated that whole situation with him, you know, getting on base as well as delivering hits. So he's really become this asset. I mean, don't forget that, you know, the Mets were thinking about trading him in the big deal that got Cano. They were going to send McNeil to Seattle there, and they pulled him out of the deal at the end. So, I mean, this guy has really developed into something. They need to find a place for him to play every day when everybody is healthy. That's going to be a challenge for them, and we'll see how they handle it. But he keeps getting hits.
Yeah, it's always good. If you get hits for the Mets, that is something that they have struggled with. As a fan, you're very happy about that. A newcomer with J.D. Davis. When this game was tied at 4, he gets a 2-run RBI single. How much of a difference do you think he can make for this team?
Well, you know, he is kind of a wild card because he's a guy who has hit at a great deal at the high level of the minors, but he never has gotten a real opportunity in the majors. He's never really gotten going in the majors and produced at this level. This was a big hit Saturday for him. 2 runs gave the Mets the lead for what turned out to be for good, and so he may be a nice bench piece for them. You know, they've had some injury problems, obviously, in camp, and they've got some older players on the team, so there may be a real opportunity for this guy to deliver.
Now, as good as the hitting was in this game against the Nats, Noah Syndergaard really struggled, gave up 4 runs in his first outing of 2019. How concerned are you? I know it's only 1 game, but given what he's talked about before the season, how concerned are you with him?
Well, Chris, I'm trying as hard as I can not to overreact to this, honestly. But I think that this was not a good outing for him. I know he said that there was stuff to build on there. There were a few pitches, a few glimmers of hope, of great Noah, as there always are, because he has absolutely incredible stuff. The raw power that he has and the incredible breaking ball. He talked about his slider after the game, how it was not his good slider today. And so that is something he also said that he was struggling in spring training with. And I think that if he can't get that thing under control, it's going to be, we're going to have a few more outings like this before he gets straightened out. Now, I think the whole thing was, you know, everybody was expecting him to build on what Jacob deGrom did on opening day, and they would have this real 1-2 punch, and it didn't materialize. You know, I mean, 6 innings and 4 runs isn't the worst outing in the world, but it's also not what you want from a guy you consider your 1A starter.
Yes, so hopefully he's able to get it in order. He feeds off deGrom. Zach Wheeler, he gets to start on Sunday, so hopefully he doesn't do what Syndergaard did on Saturday. Anthony McCarron, thanks so much for stopping by.
All right, let's go to the hardwood. And the UConn women are looking for their 12th straight trip to the Final Four. But for the first time in a long time, they find themselves in a very unfamiliar spot. They are the number 2 seed and must beat number 1 seed at Louisville, a team they lost to in January. Here's our Maria Moreno with Gino Auriemma.
Gino, having lost to Louisville in the regular season, how do you think that affects your team's mindset? Is there more fear, more fuel, perhaps?
That's hard to say. You know, I think every team understands that what happens in the regular season, that happened last year almost. We've certainly been there before where, you know, you've won a couple games in the regular season and you lose to the same team in the postseason.
This is your 14th straight Elite 8 appearance. How tough was it to achieve this? What did it take?
You know, I was saying to the players that the last time we were not in the Elite 8 game, Kristen Williams was 4 years old. So we've made it look easy so many years that I think we proved this year it really is hard to do. And we just got to do it one more time.
All right, when we return, it's the Elite 8. With UNC out, Gonzaga and Virginia were up next. Could they punch their ticket to the Final Four, or would they get bounced? That's ahead. Plus, Yankees come up cold versus the Birds. We'll talk about a rough day at the ballpark when Geico Sports Night returns. Don't go anywhere.
Geico Sports Night is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
Spring is on, so it's time to get started. But first things first, call True Green for a healthy lawn, guaranteed. Millions of homeowners like you trust us to give them a lawn they can live on. Start saving today. Get 50% off your first lawn application.
Find the one, bring it home. Get 2.99% APR with 0 down on all new Harley-Davidson Touring and Softail motorcycles. Schedule your test ride at your local Harley-Davidson dealer.
Young men didn't know we had enough.
Junior Achievement teaches young people all over the world to prepare them for the future of work. We go into classrooms and we teach entrepreneurial skills and leadership skills. When you actually create a business when you're in your teens, it raises your self-confidence.
Junior Achievement is really unique because they inspire young people to think creatively.
The City Foundation's Pathways to Progress initiative helped us reach kids in over 50 countries. City has also loaned us their executives and their employees to help us deliver our programs. Our youth are 3 times more likely to become entrepreneurs, and they're more likely to create jobs for others.
They are going to bring an entrepreneurial spirit to making our world a better place.
Let me go grab the keys to your new Hyundai. All right.
Savings worth celebrating. Save big on Hyundai sedans and SUVs, including the Tucson, J.D. Power's high-strength small SUV and initial quality. The Hyundai Spring Fever sales event. The longer you look, the more there is to like.
Now lease an all-wheel drive Tucson for $199 a month, or get up to $2,000 in total savings. Hurry! Offers end April 1st.
Hey, Tony.
Hi, Glove.
You like baseball?
Yeah, of course.
Great. Scan this number sticker with the New York Lottery's Collect and Win app. Attaboy. You're entered to win up to $5,000 in StubHub gift cards for events like this. Now raise your hand, Chief. Enter your Win 4 and numbers tickets with the Collect and Win app from the New York Lottery.
Tomorrow, Michael Conforto and the Mets look to make a statement in our nation's capital as they square off against their division foes in D.C.
What's out of here?
Coverage begins with pregame tomorrow at 1, only on SNY. Opening week presented by TD Ameritrade.
To college basketball in the South region for a chance to go to the Final Four, and this one didn't disappoint. Outside of the Duke and UCF thriller, this might have been the game of the tournament. Down 2. Mamadi Diakite hit the tying shot at the buzzer, and in overtime, UVA rode the wave, punching their ticket to the Final Four, 80-75, the final score. Now, in the West Regional Final, how about the Texas Tech Raiders? They stunned top-seeded Gonzaga 75-69 to advance to their first Final Four in program history. Jarrett Culver dropped a team-high 19 for Texas Tech as they forced 16 turnovers against the Bulldogs. For the teams playing Sunday, their NCAA tournament history is quite rich, as you see here, presented by PointsBet, New Jersey's premium sportsbook. Auburn, the lone team with 0 Final Fours and 0 title game appearances. Meanwhile, Blue Blood, Kentucky's made it to the most Final Fours, 17, and title games 12. Duke right behind them.
It'll be an 0-2 to Tulowitzki. The pitch is swung on, hit in the air to right field, toward the wall. It is high, it is far, it is gone. Tulowitzki, the man of Troy, homers to right.
Tulo, a bright spot in what was a tough day in the Bronx. Time now to talk about the Yankees, and I'm bringing in my bright spot. We got JJ. You ready to talk a little Yankees?
Let's do it, Janae.
All right, JJ. It was one game, but considering what happened last year to this team, how important is it for the Yankees to beat up on bad teams?
Well, here's what will bother you, Janae. You look at the American League East last year, the Yankees struggled mightily with the Baltimore Orioles compared to what the Boston Red Sox were able to do. The Red Sox beat up on the Orioles. They destroyed them. They were a terrible baseball team. The Yankees struggled early in the year, had a couple of bad losses against Baltimore, and then you look at that deficit with the Red Sox. Yeah, those games at the end of the year hurt you, but you look at an Oriole team that lost well over 100 games, you're saying, man, you should have done a lot more. So Saturday is one game. We're not going to jump the gun after 2 games of regular season baseball now saying the Yankees can't beat up on bad teams. But when you play the Baltimore Orioles, 18 or 19 times, there's no excuse not to go 13-5, 14-4, 15-3, something to that extent.
All right. You saw once again, though, the missed opportunities. You had the first inning double play, Stanton, the 9th inning strikeout. These are things that bit the Yankees last season. How do you just end it?
Well, Stanton especially, he is the A-Rod of this team. Now, he doesn't come with the drama. He's a lot more liked, I would say, in the clubhouse. But when you think about Giancarlo Stanton last year, your lasting image is that Red Sox series. Bases loaded, nobody out in Game 1, failed miserably, struck out. Game 4, Yankees had a chance to get back into that series. Couple runners on base. Yankee Stadium is rocking. And Stanton had as non-competitive an at-bat as you're going to have against Kimbrel. Now, Stanton in these big situations, the ball, the at-bats, whatever you want to call it, it's going to find you. So he needs to deliver in a big spot. Stanton is one of those guys. He's a higher gun, Janae. He's got to produce.
All right, what'd you think of James Paxton?
Oh, I thought he was really impressive. I thought he was very, very impressive. Now, I know the 6th inning, it kind of got a little out of whack, that bloop, just eluding Voit, just eluding Gleyber Torres, ended up really costing James Paxton a victory. But if you look at the way he attacked Baltimore Orioles hitters, he only walks one guy, he's striking out guys, he's got good stuff. The stuff reminds me of Andy Pettitte. I know a lot of Yankee fans are going to hear Andy Pettitte. That's going to put a smile on their face. I think James Paxton is going to pitch really well for this team. He's got this sort of makeup that I think will work really well in New York. This is not a Sonny Gray situation where it seems like the ballpark or the Boston Red Sox is going to phase him. I think he's going to be A-OK here, and I think many more good starts to come.
All right, are you still buying Brett Gardner as a leadoff hitter?
No, and listen, once Aaron Hicks gets back for this Yankee team, Aaron Hicks is going to be leading off. And I was okay with the Yankees bringing back Brett Gardner. He's clutch. He has played in a lot of big games over the years and still does a decent enough job of getting on base. But I do think for the Yankees, their best lineup this year may have Giancarlo Stanton in the outfield, where you have Stanton, Hicks, Judge, and then you get DJ LeMahieu at bats. You get Greg Bird at bats. I don't look at Brett Gardner as the guy who should be getting 500 at bats for this team.
All right, as always, appreciate you, JJ.
Thanks, Janae.
Kristaps Porzingis may be finished with New York, but New York might not be done with him. New York police are investigating KP for an alleged rape hours after he tore his ACL in 2018, according to the New York Post. In the report, the police say the accuser in the case is credible. Porzingis' lawyer said they unequivocally deny the allegation.
So you're open all day, every day?
That's what 24/7 means, sugar.
Kind of like how you get 24/7 access to licensed agents with Geico. Yeah, you just go online, give them a call anytime.
You don't say.
Yep. Now, what will it take to get 24/7 access to that lemon meringue pie?
Pie's coming! That's what it takes, baby.
Geico. Great service from licensed agents 24/7.
March is here, and March means you can dance if you want to. It also means you can now legally bet on all the games. There are thousands of ways to bet with DraftKings Sportsbook. Bet on the underdog. Parlay your bet. Even bet live during games. With DraftKings Sportsbook, March means anything can happen. Get an instant free bet up to $500 from the #1 mobile sportsbook in Jersey. DraftKings, the game inside the game.
We switched.
I switched to Chevy.
I switched to Chevy.
We switched to Chevy.
I switched from a Ram to a Chevy.
See why people are switching to Chevy.
We love our Chevy. Why do we switch? Just look at it.
Switch into a new Chevy today. Current qualified competitive lessees can lease this Equinox for around $179 a month. Or current competitive owners get 21% below MSRP when you purchase and finance with GM Financial.
I'm feeling good.
Make the most of your business card with Vistaprint.
I'm feeling good.
500 standard cards start at just $9.99 with code BC Now.
I'm feeling good.
Own the now with Vistaprint.
Were you hurt at work? Get the workers' compensation payments you deserve. Did you suffer hearing loss at work, or do you have a third-party injury claim? And what about Social Security disability? Get the experienced legal representation you deserve. There's so much at stake. Call 1-800-222-WISH today. For over 80 years, Pasternak, Tilker, Ziegler, Walsh, Stanton, and Romano have defended the rights of hardworking New Yorkers. Call 1-800-222-WISH.
Who's raking? Who's slumping? Who's dealing? Catch up on all the local baseball activity from our panel of insiders as they recap and break down the latest Mets and Yankees action on Baseball Night in New York. Weeknights at 6, only on SNY.
Islanders at the Coliseum facing the Sabres. Early in the first period, Matthew Barzal gets free, takes a shot on net. Jordan Eberle is there for the rebound and the goal. Islanders would win 5-1 as they clinch a berth to the playoffs for the first time since the 2015-16 season.
Celtics at Nets. D'Angelo Russell was on fire in the third quarter. Brooklyn up 10. Russell knocks down the triple from up top. He had 20 points in the third, 29 total. The Nets win this one 110-96.
Time for your Geico play of the day. Bottom of the 7th. Phillies leading the Braves 6-4 with Bryce Harper at the bat facing Jesse Biddle. Harper, get out of here to right center field, landing in the second deck. His first home run as a Philly, traveled an estimated 465 feet. Harper gets a curtain call in his second game as a Philly as they go on to win 8-6.
All right, one final note before we get out of here. Todd Frazier is getting closer to returning. The third baseman is expected to begin rehab games in Port St. Lucie within the next few days.
And remember, Zach Wheeler and the Mets take on the Nats in the finale Sunday. Coverage starts at 1 o'clock on SNY. For Janae Coakley, I'm Chris Williamson. Have a lovely Sunday, beautiful people.
I will.
Good job. Do you love it?
I do. Here, catch.
Whoa.
Oh, come on. Hello and welcome Welcome to the show. I'm Janae Coakley. A brand new season, but the same old problem for the Yanks. The pitching was there, but the bats were not.
And I'm Chris Williamson. For the Mets, Janae, it was the exact opposite story. The bats lit up the scene versus the Nats, while Noah Syndergaard's pitching left a lot to be desired. That, my friends, is where we begin. Second of three between the Mets and Nats. Mets have not started 2-0 in back-to-back seasons since 2012.